It's time for the exciting adventures of Sky Girl Reporter.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Sky Girl Reporter, and I'm at the San Diego International Kids Film Festival. So let's check it out.
San Diego International Kids Film Festival is officially started.
Recently, I attended the San Diego International Kids Film Festival, where there were movies made for kids there everywhere. In this episode, I interview two award-winning documentary filmmakers and the director and cast of the feature film Free Lunch. I'm here with Marlo McKenzie, and she's going to be telling us about the movie she made. Let's say hi. Hi.
Hi, Sky. Thank you for inviting me to speak with you.
Thank you for letting me. What's your movie about?
The movie is called My Secret Country, and it's about three children who invent imaginary friends and worlds. And their imaginary friends are animated in 2D, and they go on an adventure to save dessert, because dessert in this parallel world is going extinct. So it has kind of an allegorical aspect to it that parallels what's happening in our environment today.
How'd you come up with the idea for your movie?
I had been working with youth who were formerly homeless, and I realized something that they struggled with was imagination. They couldn't imagine themselves in a job that they loved, they couldn't imagine themselves in relationships that they loved, or there were so many things that they had trouble imagining, and I realized how important imagination is to building our lives and our futures. And then also, as a child, I had an imaginary friend and a world, and so the two kind of converged. And then when we were filming, the children actually invented the story in the movie, because I asked them to take us inside of their imaginations and tell me what happens there. So they came up with that story, and I just put a wrapper on it.
Was there any difficulties trying to make the movie?
The largest difficulty, I'd say, was if I didn't capture what I wanted. The children were growing up so fast, I couldn't go back and fix the mistake, because they were already grown up and they looked very different, so it would be noticeable. And also just animation. The film has a lot of animation in it, and that's very time intensive, it's very expensive, and so to figure out how to come up with a budget for animation was a challenge.
What do you hope your movie accomplishes?
Imagination is a place we go, it's a place inside of us, and we can build. It's a simulation world, and we can build in there, and then everything that we build can be brought out here. So it inspires actions, it inspires creativity, and really think of it as a simulation world. That's important to cue things up, to get ideas, to practice, and then take action in the real world. So it's a sanctuary place, and it's a real place, and it's important to focus on it. So that's partly what I'm hoping to express with My Secret Country.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sky. I really appreciated meeting you.
Me too.
Thank you.
I'm here with Los Angeles and Katya, and they're here to talk about their movies, Green Superheroes 2030.
Thank you for having us. My movie is Green Superheroes 2030. It's a documentary based on 10 environmentalists around the world. They're kids from all over the world: Kenya, Brazil, Ecuador, the Amazon rainforest, and the Netherlands, United States. And they want to save the planet Earth from plastic pollution, from waste pollution, from oil pollution. And Katya is one of the kids in the movie too.
How did you get the actors for your movie?
Some of them, they're really well known in around the world. Like Ryan Recycling, been recycling millions and millions of bottles and cans, and he's amazing. I have also this girl from Brazil. She also went viral. She cleans the ocean from plastic pollution with her dad every day. Yana Malaika from Kenya, planting millions of trees.
How did you come up with the idea for your movies?
So as a filmmaker, I said, these kids are my heroes. I mean, my hero is not Superman or Spider-Man anymore. These kids are the ones that they're going to save the planet Earth for all of these issues. So I started to contact kids all around the world, and I finally made the movie.
And I think we wanted to give more hope through the documentary on how we can save climate change, because there's a lot of coverage on what climate change is doing to our planet and how devastating it is, but there's not a lot of coverage on what we can do to solve the crisis.
What do you hope your movie accomplishes?
We would love the movie to be all around the world in schools and create a movement of like a green army.
And I think we also really wanted to help reduce some of the anxiety around climate change and provide people with some small or even big steps that they can take in their own lives to help save our Earth.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us, Sky. It was a pleasure.
Bye! I'm with the cast from Free Lunch, so let's say hi to them. Hi! Hi! What are your guys' names and who do you play?
My name is Connor and I play Sam.
My name is Jovi and I play Sadie.
My name is Sammy and I play Elena.
What is your favorite part about your character that you play?
I think my favorite part about Sam is his admittedly a bit odd but very funny and cute obsession with detective stories. It's kind of like not quite the central theme, but it's a really large part of his character, and it comes up a lot in the movie. You see him writing and telling these stories about his, alter ego, Sammy Blackjack, very close to his real name. But you see him talk about these and how it mirrors his own life, and it even goes with a little black and white filter, and I always have this funny fedora on, and it's such a cool little duality thing that comes up quite a few times throughout the movie. Also, often with Sadie, Jovi's role.
I definitely think it was really fun to play my character because it was the total opposite of me as a person. She's a troublemaker, she's a trickster, she's kind of mysterious, and I think that's what I liked about playing her. She was kind of an odd girl, and she's very calculated. I think that was fun.
My favorite part about playing Elena was that she is the total opposite of what I am in real life, and she's mean to Connor, Sam. I felt bad doing it, but it was really fun just saying stupid every other word.
What was the hardest part in acting in this movie?
I think the hardest part filming was definitely focusing because, okay, we're all around the same age, and so we all became great friends. We were really close in production, and we definitely had to take a lot of takes because we had so many inside jokes, and so we just could not focus, and we would laugh in every single take, and we'd be okay, focus, it's time to focus, it's not playtime.
I remember there's this one scene towards the beginning of the movie where I'm walking down the sidewalk with my little notebook out writing, and then Sammy and Gigi's characters come up to me on the sidewalk, and we could not stop laughing during that scene. It was actually so bad. We went 45 minutes over, I think, the allotted time for that scene. It was actually really bad, but it was so funny, and it's all for a good reason. It's not we couldn't focus because we don't like the material or anything. It's because we were having too much fun, which is always the best reason.
I think the hardest thing, again, was focusing because I became really close with Jovi, Connor, Gianna, everybody. We wanted to just hang out, but then, I had to be mean to them, and it was no, I don't want to do this. I just want to hug them. So it was, really, not me.
Looking back on the movie, what was your favorite part or scene that you acted in?
It was the entire Starry Night dance scene. I mean, it's so scenic in the movie when it goes black and white and when the fog machine comes on. It's so atmospheric.
Yeah.
That was probably my favorite part.
That was definitely one of my favorite scenes to film. I think another one of my favorites was when we got to destroy the classroom.
Oh, yeah.
That was funny. I was laughing the whole time, and I don't know, it's kind of like a rage room. You just throw stuff without any consequences. It's fun.
Definitely the dance was my favorite scene because it actually felt like a real party because there was music and we just got to dance, and it was so much fun.
Is there anything else you want to tell us about acting in the movie?
Every single time we have a screening or anything, we genuinely do actually get together before or after or both to hang out because we really are friends, both the cast and the parents.
I met amazing and talented people, and I will always remember this film as definitely having the most fun.
I was close to the cast, I was close to the crew, and we are friends in real life, so it was easy filming this.
Thank you so much for letting me interview you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now I'm with Cristina, the director of Free Lunch, so let's say hi. Hi!
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm so excited that such a young talent like you is interviewing me. I'm honored.
Thank you so much. How did you come up with the movie idea?
So I actually agreed to direct the movie because this movie reminds me, and I think your dad is going to know this movie more than you, but it's a 1960s movie called The Bad Seed. Sorry, I watched this movie when I was growing up, and I actually really loved it. I found it intriguing. It was about a little girl who grew up in a very, very stable home environment, but she somehow was bad. She was a bad seed. She sort of murdered people because she wanted like their awards, or she didn't get her way. Now, Free Lunch is not that, but that's mainly kind of why I chose this movie, because I loved that this was sort of a modern tale of the bad seed.
That's so cool! What was your favorite part about filming or making the movie?
Great question. When you work with people who know more than you, and what they come up with is my favorite part, because as a director you have a responsibility for everything and you have a certain vision, but quite honestly it is a collaboration of visions. And so when I get to see like the set or whatever, it is way better than what I imagined it. And I believe, and I will probably be speaking for the writer, because I'm a writer myself, I think it's probably even better than he envisioned it. So that is my favorite part, like really just working with others who bring their A game to the table.
What's your favorite scene from the movie?
My favorite scene in the movie has got to be the moment in the kitchen where Sam has already messed up. He's lost his friends, and he's really hurt his teacher, and he asked his dad, "Am I a bad kid?" I think that every single time that breaks my heart, and maybe it's because I'm a mom myself, or just because he was so vulnerable, and that whole interaction where the dad and the brother just share such a personal moment, because they're all suffering at having lost their mom and his wife, and this is sort of the repercussions of it. And it was just such a tender moment with the three of them that shooting it was just so special for me.
What were the challenges about filming or making this movie?
Biggest challenge, don't even have to think about it, is that I had 8 hours to shoot these scenes with the kids. Because they're kids, you're only given 8 hours for this age group, and that includes 30 minutes of lunch that they get. So we were on such a tight schedule. If you can imagine, usually a typical day is 12 hours. So we were short about 3.5 hours, which is huge. So we had to get very creative. I had a wonderful first AD, Iris Almaraz, who she herself is a director and a mom. So this is why she just really cracked the whip. She wore a whistle. So she really like kept us on schedule, but that was really difficult. But these kids are pros, and so they made it quite easy.
What do you hope your movie accomplishes?
What I hope that our movie accomplishes is really capturing this essence of middle school and childhood, where we all make a mistake. I just hope that people watching it will give themselves a break when they make a mistake. Because I know when I was a kid, if I made a mistake, it was the end of the world for me, as it was for Sam in the movie. And I think adults can learn that lesson too, that we just need to know we messed up, say I'm sorry, pick ourselves up, and try again. So I hope that's what we learn.
So much.
Thank you.
I want to thank the amazing filmmakers that I interviewed today. I'd like to thank Marlo, Los Angeles, and Katia, Cristina, and the cast of Free Lunch. If you get a chance, check out their amazing award-winning films. Join me next time when I walk the red carpet, interview a Hollywood producer, a famous movie star, and a former NFL football player. See you then. Bye.